joined, Mr. Cheniram Logan. Okay.
Yeah. Good morning,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Good morning, sir. So we will start the program very soon. Please wait for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Our students are also
Sure.
joining. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
We will be starting
No
very
issue, sir.
soon.
No
Yes,
issue.
sir. Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
No issue. No issue.
Before starting the program, I will request all the audience and all the students, please mute yourself, okay? Until and unless we are telling you to unmute, please don't unmute yourself, okay? As the program is on live on YouTube also, and after all, the program is from IIC also. So please remember about the unmute of your mic, okay? And please listen carefully, as because this program will be very much useful for your industrial purpose. Sir is going to start from Assam Guwahati Mahindra and Mahindra Limited. I will start his introduction very soon. So please wait and please call your friends that so that we can start our program. Okay. ইলেকট্রিক্যাল থেকে যারা আছো তাদের রিকোয়েস্ট করছি, তোমাদের আদার্স যদি কোনো বন্ধু বান্ধব ঢুকতে যায় তাদের কাইন্ডলি তাড়াতাড়ি ডেকে নাও, ঠিক আছে? আমরা ভেরি সুন শুরু করব। উই আর অলমোস্ট রেডি টু স্টার্ট। এই বারবার বলছি, যারা আনমিউট হয়ে যাচ্ছ একটু খেয়াল রাখো। অর্পণ বা বারবার যারা আনমিউট হয়ে যাচ্ছ একটু খেয়াল করো, আনমিউট হয়েও না, কারণ এটা লাইভ হচ্ছে, প্রোগ্রামটা অলরেডি রেকর্ডিং হচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে? প্লিজ বি কেয়ারফুল অ্যাবাউট দ্যাট। So we will start our program now. Before starting, I will give the introduction of our today's speaker, Mr. Cheniram Rogan. He has total experience in this industry on automobile engineering about 20 years. Out of 20 years, 10 years he is working in Mahindra and Mahindra in a truck and bus manufacturing field as a customer care manager. Prior to that, he was the regional manager at AMW and state head of Piaggio BEML Tatra India Limited. So we are very much delighted to have Mr. Cheniram Rogan from Mahindra and Mahindra Guwahati Assam unit. So I will request our honorable speaker, Mr. Cheniram Rogan, to start your presentation or display. Thank you, sir. Please, over to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot. Already, sir has given my introduction. Basically, I am from Assam itself, born and brought up at Shillong. Just simply, I'm giving my background a little bit. Born and brought up at Shillong in Meghalaya state. Studied in Shillong. Then after I have done my graduation from Jorhat, Assam. My native place is one of the, I think you all know about Majuli, the river island, the world largest river island, Majuli. It is situated in Assam. So my grandfather belonged from there. So I worked in a lot of places in Pan India, like Chhattisgarh, South India, West Bengal also, Gujarat, West, everywhere. Pan India I have worked. So 21 years I have worked for this industry. So since last 10 years, I'm working for Mahindra Truck and Buses. So welcome to all students. Let me start. So we as a Mahindra, as a company, we have a lot of in the corporate sector. We have a lot of division. The vertical, there is a lot of vertical is there. You know about the Mahindra. So a lot of the people know about Mahindra tractor, Mahindra Scorpio, Bolero, like the XUV 500. They know, means it's a common for everybody. But in Mahindra, there is a lot of a business. There is a lot of a vertical. Like one vertical is Mahindra Truck and Buses, which we today going to just say about what about Mahindra Truck and Buses. But there's other vertical is automotive sector where others doing.
Sir, I would like to interrupt one thing that could you please on your video, sir? Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah. Sure. Yes, sir. Okay. So, just a minute, sir. आधा घंटा के लिए बंद करो बोलो सबको, मैंने कहा साउंड मत करो बोलो आधा घंटा के लिए, आधा घंटा के लिए बंद करो बोलो. Okay, sir. We are in a workshop now. That's why there is a lot of sound here. Okay. Where we are? Okay. Mahindra, there is a lot of a vertical. Mahindra has a business. There is a lot of a vertical division is there. One is automotive division. A lot of people know about that automotive. Automotive means there we have from 1 tonner to up to 2.5 tonner vehicle. There will be some. Everybody knows about Scorpio, Bolero, then afterward Max Pickup, then G2. This all division come under one vertical that is called Mahindra Automotive. Second division is Mahindra Truck and Buses, where we are like from 3 tons to up to 55 tons. 3 ton to 55 ton, we are just dealing with this particular range of vehicle. Next division is tractor division. Then afterward, there is a one construction equipment division is there. A lot of people know about the backhoe loaders like that, like JCB. Maximum know that JCB vehicle. So same product we are also producing. That vertical is different. That is called as a Mahindra construction equipment. Then one division we have recently introduced, that is Mahindra rental. Mahindra rental, where the other division, okay, that division just dealing with whoever people want vehicle on rented. The Mahindra is providing. That is the first in Pan India that any OEM company is giving rental the vehicle for any contractor. Suppose any contractor is getting a business, they are getting a road project, or so many projects is there. Suppose they need some vehicles, they need some suppose some equipment also, machinery equipment. So Mahindra is providing on rental basis. That the one vertical also is there. Okay. Next, let's see. Now we are just going to show you some our vehicle, our product. Just two products presently we have. Okay, just a minute. Hello, Rashi sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, please.
Yeah. This is a vehicle that this is called a Blazer. This is a Blazer 35. Okay. नहीं, ठीक है आ रहा है अभी. हाँ, ठीक है ना? सही है ना? हाँ. So this product. So we are just producing this product. Okay. We have a different kind of a model that in a second bus we have near about three variants. First we call as a LCV model. That LCV model we have not available in here, but ICV model. One is LCV model, second one is ICV, third one is the HCV. What we call as a LCV means we call as a 3-tonner vehicle. Means 3-ton vehicle. The 3-ton vehicle we categorize as a LCV model. So in LCV model we produce as a Jayo. Model name we call as a Jayo, but LCV is a range of a 3-tonner vehicle. Then ICV range is come from 3 tons to up to 7 tons. That vehicle come around, we call as a category as a ICV. Then after last one is the HCV, the heavy commercial vehicle. The heavy commercial vehicle we consider as from 19 ton to 55 ton. So Mahindra not producing that one variant. There is MCV. MCV variant that Mahindra is not till yet not produced. It is from 9 ton to 19 ton. So this variant is vacant for Mahindra, but in competitor like in Tata vehicle, in Mahindra, in Ashok Leyland, in Eicher, they are producing that vehicle. But Mahindra producing only three variants. One is LCV, light commercial vehicle, then ICV, this is ICV. This model is ICV model. This model is the ICV model. So every competitor is producing that ICV model. Mahindra also producing that ICV model. That range is from 3 tons to up to 7-ton category. So we call as the ICV model, intermediate commercial vehicle. Then this model we call as a HCV model. That means heavy commercial vehicle from 19 ton to up to 55 ton. Categorically, we are just producing this product. So in every variant, one LCV model, we already we told you that a 3 tons model, we produce only one type of a vehicle in 3 ton. We call as a Jayo. The engine, we have a some specification in that vehicle. We okay. Let me show you some specification. I have some photo. You can. This is called as a Jayo model. This model. This is a 3 ton vehicle. Okay. Some specification is there. Little specification I am giving you. Like that, we call this. The GVW is 4990 kg. Engine is MDI engine. Okay, 4-cylinder engine. You can see it. It's a 4-cylinder engine. We are talking about a BS6. Okay. Okay. Rashri sir, I have some query. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
I have some query regarding that. I have to explain about a BS4, BS3, BS6 differences. What is the differences? I have to explain, or just
You can, sir. You can, sir. As because we have right now mechanical 4th year to 2nd year student as well as electrical students also there. They are also doing automobile section, automobile part. They have also in the syllabus. Also, so that you can continue. Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. This just the lowest version from Mahindra Truck and buses. The lowest variant vehicle is the 3-tonner vehicle. This is the 3-tonner vehicle we call as a Jayo model. Mahindra producing as a in the name of Jayo. This is the vehicle Jayo. Okay. Then there is the specification. There is the specification. You can see. This is the specification. It's a 4-cylinder engine. Okay. It's a EGR SCR based technology. Our technology is the ATS technology, after treatment system. So in a BS6, BS4, Mahindra is giving a technology as a ATS technology, after treatment system. So in that we giving as a EGR plus SCR combined. We are giving the technology. Most of the competitor vehicle like Tata, Leyland, they are just giving directly as a SCR, but we giving as a EGR as a component. Additional component we are giving EGR component in a small vehicle below 3-ton vehicle. Maximum you see that in a BS4 vehicle also you have seen that EGR technology is there in a Scorpio, Bolero, Tata, whatever vehicle you are seeing in the market, like car industry, the Suzuki car, any car, you will get a EGR technology. But we as a company, Mahindra company, we are giving the company, we are in a truck and bus division from LCV, from 3 ton to 55 ton variant. We are just giving easier technology also is the additional one. Not it required, but easier is given because for fuel efficiency, for better mileage, for better pickup, for better pickup. So that easier is given for that vehicle. Okay. So it's a 5-speed gearbox. The fuel tank capacity is 60 liters. It's only a day cabin. So we produce in a two type of model. Like if you see, this we call as a low deck body. If you see this part, the load body, we call as a low deck. This is on a low deck. High deck, we are producing high deck also. The two type model we are just in the market is a low deck and a high deck model. Okay, this product is a LCV model. Then second model, we are talking about the Furio ICV model. This is the ICV product. This is the ICV product, the intermediate commercial vehicle. In this intermediate commercial vehicle, we have a lot of a variant from 11 ton, 11 ton, 14 ton, 16 ton, 17 ton. We have a near about 11 ton to 0. We have a range from 7 ton to up to 16 ton. We are producing. So that I'm showing that model physically. This is the Furio model. Okay. So we have a variant of 6 tire to up to 4 tire. Means there is 1 tire. The rear side we have a 2 tire. So we call as a 6 tire. 6 tire or 6 wheel. So in Furio range, we have a variant from 4 wheel. 4 wheel means in front side only single tire will be there, and rear side also single tire will be there. We call as a 4 wheel vehicle. So we as a Furio model in ICV model, we are also producing. I told you that 7 ton to up to 17 ton we are producing. 17 ton, 9 ton, 11 ton. Then afterward there is a 14 ton, 16 ton, 17 ton. So in 7 ton, we are producing two type of model. One is 6 wheel and one is 4 wheel. So you can see just I'm showing some a little bit inside the cabin. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now you see in vehicle, lot of the construction what we say in a vehicle construction, the any vehicle is a 4 wheel vehicle or 6 wheel vehicle or 10 wheel or 16 wheel, any vehicle. Nowadays, what happened in a BS6 range? Okay, so we have a cluster meter. We call as a cluster meter. This call as a cluster meter. This one. This part is a cluster meter. Is a fully digital. Previously, what happened? It is an analog type. Now it's a digital meter. So if you see any just symbol, the red color, okay, you can see that symbols that there is a oil symbol, battery symbol, parking brake. These all are the symbol. So these symbols is a universal in any vehicle. It's not that only Mahindra is giving this kind of a symbol. Then after Tata is giving different, Mercedes is giving different, Volvo is giving different. It's not like that. It's a universal. It's a standard. So any symbol that that symbol quote, whatever that is quote, no, it's a universal. Is a common. So it is not the factor that only Mahindra is giving this kind of a symbol for particular engine oil level, so for parking brake or some battery symbol. So these symbols are common for any vehicle, universal. Okay. So this order symbol is a digital cluster meter. We call as a cluster meter. Means cluster means is a group of a symbol. That's what we call as a cluster meter. Okay, it's purely digital. So now the vehicle has Hello. Now you can see that there is in BS6 variant, there is that you can see the switch. Okay, you can see the switch. This is the main function key. There is a main function key of any vehicle in BS6 vehicle. Is a common symbol. So if you see this symbol, this symbol, this symbol, this symbol indicate is a regeneration. Whatever the exhaust gas the vehicle produce, whatever the diesel and air combination is burned in the cylinder, no, it come out from the silencer. So whatever the amount of gases, the burn gases, means burn that composition, that whatever the composition is burned, no, it come out from the silencer. That indicate that soot particles, means what happened, that soot particles store in store in the silencer. What happened now in previously designed before BS4 or BS6, whatever the vehicle produced, that time there in a silencer there is a simply you can say as a drum, simple drum. They cannot store any soot particles. That's why what happened now in previous vehicles, whenever you start the vehicle or whenever the vehicle is running on the road, you can see from silencer the lot of exhaust gas, means the burn gases, no, that particles, the hydrocarbons, carbon monoxide. In what happened, no, after burning, that produce a lot of means that exhaust material like carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, then nitrogen oxide. Okay, particulate material. That exhaust material, no, they cannot store on the drum in previous vehicle. But nowadays, what happened as per the government rules in BS6 norms, we have to store on vehicle itself. Okay, we have to store all that particulate material, carbon particles, then that carbon monoxide is a gas, so that it will release. The nitrogen oxide is a gas. It's not a solid particle. That's why it's also going to release from that silencer. But that solid particles like particulate material and a hydrocarbon, that material has to be stored on the in a vehicle itself. So now the design factor has changed from the BS3, BS4 to BS6. In this transition period, what happens? Some technology has changed. So in our vehicle, not in our vehicle, in every vehicle, like in Tata or Leyland or in whatever vehicle, whichever vehicle you choose, there is some given a small car industry, they are giving as a catalytic converter. But in our vehicle is a catalytic converter. It's kind of a catalytic converter, but we call as a ATS unit, after treatment system. We call as a ATS system, because in catalytic converter there is nothing but as a simple one kind of a we call as a honeycomb. We have you have seen about a honeycomb. Means honeycomb type of design of as of some filters was installed on that silencer, so that they can extract all they can accumulate all that carbon particles on the catalytic converters. They will not dispose to the atmosphere. So in BS6, what happened? All that material in ATS system, there is a one filter is given, additional filter is given. That is called DPF filter. Hello. In BS6, there is in BS6 what happened? We call as a DPF filter. We have additional filter was installed. Like in a small car, we already know about catalytic converter. Same catalytic converter is there. Instead of that, also one another additional filter was given, that is called DPF in short form. DPF means diesel particulate filters. Means whatever the diesel, after diesel and air burn, no, whatever the material, that residue, that burn particles has to be come out from the exhaust. But that exhaust material, as per the government norms, they have given some criteria that all the means has to be released. But not that enough. They have given some range. That much of range should come out from the silencer. Rest of the material has to be stored on the vehicle itself. So on particular time, like in a you can say on a scheduled time, like after 6 months or after 1 year, after 2 years, that particular material has to be clean from that silencer. There is some special tool is there in every means OEM. They are just what they are doing that filters whatever the carbon particles, yeah, particulate materials were stored on that DPF filters has to be clean up. Means one time, one of is safety. It should not be go outside the atmosphere. So on that reason, the DPF filter cleaning process self we can do, means driver can do. So for initial stage, we are giving this key. This key is this key. This symbol is common for every industry vehicle. If you see this type of key, means this symbol key, this symbol indicate that you have to, whatever the accumulation of that diesel particulate, means that hydrocarbon and this particulate material that was stored on that what you say store on that DPF filters, that has to be clean on that particular. It take around 1 hour or 1.5 hours. And means vehicle has to visit at the workshop, any workshop. Then the workshop team will what they will do, that extraction machine is there. From that extraction machine, they will extract all the metal from the vehicle. Okay, so now this is the switch. Another switch, you can see that vehicle model, vehicle type model is given. You can see this and this two. You can see these two. This symbol is indicated is a multi-mode switch. Multi-mode switch means in Mahindra it is a patented one. First in India, multi-mode switch introduced by Mahindra and Mahindra. In small car also you can see in Jeeto, in that cargo vehicle, we have introduced this multi-mode switch. In heavy commercial, in our range, in our vehicles, we have introduced first in India, in Pan India. First, Mahindra is the company who has developed this design, this technology, multi-mode switch. Multi-mode switch means what happened? Suppose suppose customer means nowadays fuel price is hiking. So what happened? Every time the vehicle, it's not means you can say that every market is not like that. Every time the vehicle will get a load for transportation. The vehicle has to be empty. Vehicle has to be moved for 100 kilometers, sometimes 50 kilometers to get a load. Okay, for the business. So what happened? So in empty vehicle, that whatever the engine in vehicle is given, it's not that that empty vehicle should burn the oil, means fuel, as same as in a load condition also. That's why company has introduced such kind of a switch so that engine can perform two type of means the mode. Mode means engine can perform. In empty vehicle, what happened? Whatever the engine power will be there, engine horsepower will be there. Suppose in empty vehicle we need only, suppose 100 horsepower is sufficient to pull the vehicle, to run the vehicle in smooth way. But in load vehicle, 100 horsepower is not sufficient. In load condition, we need around 200 horsepower. Suppose. So for that variant, we cannot in empty vehicle we cannot install smaller engine. Then after for a load condition, we have to install the heavy engine. It's not possible. So what happened? No, in Mahindra, what they did in Mahindra company, we have installed one engine with two mode. Means in empty, when vehicle is empty without load, only vehicle is running without load. In empty vehicle, the mode has just simply mode has to be select like that. This mode has to be select like that. Just push the button. If you push this button, there is a light mode. Light mode means in empty vehicle. In empty vehicle, engine will, suppose engine is 200 horsepower. The peak horsepower is 200 horsepower. But in empty, it will act as a 100 horsepower engine. Same engine will act as a 100 horsepower engine. Means in empty vehicle just we have to, on running itself, no need to stop the vehicle. In running itself, you can just change this mode. You can change this mode. In empty vehicle, in running, in empty vehicle, you can push light mode automatically the 200 horsepower engine will become a 100 horsepower engine automatically. Means what happened? The AMPL means fuel average. The fuel average will be better. The same thing in load conditions. Suppose customer has got the load. What that time we require as a 200 horsepower. The engine required 200 horsepower. That time what do you have to do? So just simply you have to select this heavy mode. It's written is a heavy. You can see it light and heavy. Just you have to push that heavy mode. Just push. After pushing that heavy mode switch, engine will act as a 200 horsepower engine. Means in Mahindra it is a patented one. Okay. Nowadays, just recently, Tata, Leyland, not Leyland, Tata has introduced that multi-mode switch also. But this is multi-mode switch, this concept is purely designed by Mahindra and Mahindra. It is a patented. Okay, this multi-mode switch is very essential for nowadays customer because the fuel price is very high. Previously, fuel price per liter cost is around 40 rupees, 50 rupees. Nowadays, is touching to 100 rupees. So transportation cost becomes very high. So for the truck owner also is very heavy burden for them also. So that's why company has designed this concept, the multi-mode. Multi-mode means there is a variant kind of a mode is given according to the load pattern, according to the vehicle condition. They can select in plain area. Suppose light mode, 100 horsepower is sufficient. Suppose load, they can carry load up to 5 ton or 10 ton. But suppose they are getting just to run the business, sometimes customer just up their capacity is 10 ton, but they are just transporting 5 ton or 3 ton or 2 ton material. For that 2 ton, 3 ton material, they no need requirement of any higher horsepower engine. So the customer has some choice. In single vehicle, they can act as a 100 horsepower vehicle or 200 horsepower vehicle.
Bolo.
That is the beauty of Mahindra and Mahindra. Okay? की करूँ मैं? दरवाजा खुलेगा? नहीं हो गया, इसमें हो गया. अब स्टॉप इट मैं उसमें. हाँ 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 वो दिखाएगा. एक मिनट. हाँ आ जाओ उधर से आ जाओ. ये उल्टा कैसा हो गया? ये उल्टा सीधा. आ रहा है क्या? नहीं उल्टा हो गया स्क्रीन. Okay, now you can see that the common switch there is a very important for any vehicle. So symbol is important. So don't see the structure of the switch in every company, every design. Like mobile company has you know very well that in mobile company also you have a different kind of a company. Apple, Vivo, Lenovo, there's HTC, there is a lot of a company, lot of a company is there, but charger is common. Charger pin, that charger adapter, the charger pin, okay, it's common. Means what you understand that on that matter means is a universal. Charger pin is universal. C type or common type, whatever. Apple, that adapter. The whatever model you purchase, the L11 model or 11 Apple 11 or 10 or 7 or 6 or 5, whatever model you purchase, the charger is common for all Apple's mobile. So same thing, the symbol is so common in any industry. So you have to just monitor about the symbol. No need to see about the switch structure. You can see this symbol. This symbol is called an exhaust brake. This is a symbol of an exhaust brake. Okay, this symbol. The exhaust, what is the function of exhaust brake? Means nothing but we know that in vehicle there is only two brake system is there. One is foot brake. Foot brake means this one. If you see, this is the foot brake. We call as a ABC. In automobile terms, we call as a ABC. A means accelerator. to accelerate the vehicle. Okay, this is called the accelerator. A. B means brake. This one is called the brake, foot brake. Some people say foot brake, some people say pedal brake, some people say service brake. There's a lot of things there. Okay. Then third one, A is accelerator, B is brake. Then the last one, this one is C. C for clutch. Means A, B, and C. Okay, accelerator, brake, clutch. A, B, C. Okay, this is the one brake is there in every vehicle in any manufacturer company. One brake is given as a foot brake. Second brake is called as a hand brake. This is called a hand brake. This is a hand brake. You see this lever. This is a hand brake. So in vehicle, only two brake is given. One is foot brake. That is called as a service brake or a pedal brake. You can say it. The second one is the hand brake, or you can say as a parking brake. Okay, we call as a someone is saying as a parking brake. Someone call as a hand brake. You can say hand brake also. You can say parking brake also. But actual in a technical term, we call as a parking brake. Okay, for common people, it's using as a because it's operating through hand. That's why it's called as a hand brake. On this, a foot brake. In common language, we call as a foot brake because we're operating through a foot. That's why we call as a foot brake. But actually, it's called as a service brake. This is the actual service brake. This brake is actually the service brake. In technical term, we call it as a service brake. Okay, and this one is the parking brake. Now, my point is to explain about this switch. This we call as an exhaust brake. Why we call as the exhaust brake? Exhaust brake is nothing but is the third brake in every vehicle. So you will know about that in any industry if you go, no. So in any industry, in an interview also, you may ask, any interviewer can ask you, how many brake system was there in the vehicle, or in a heavy commercial vehicle, or light commercial vehicle, intermediate commercial vehicle. So what kind of a brake you have seen? The most common people will say that a foot brake or hand brake, but they will never know about the exhaust brake, because exhaust brake is given design not only in Mahindra, in Tata also is available, Bharat Benz also, in any competitor vehicle you will see exhaust brake. This exhaust brake is nothing but we call as the engine safety brake. Engine safety brake. It is the engine safety brake. Nothing but is the engine safety brake. What happens? It is operate on hilly terrain, not in a plain area. It's not required in a plain area. That exhaust brake, that engine brake, we call as the engine brake, but technical term is a exhaust brake. But in a common language, someone is calling as an engine brake or engine safety brake. Okay, so these brakes operate only in hilly terrain. Don't confuse. This brake only used in hilly terrain. Hilly terrain means hilly terrain in downward, not in upward. In a downward portion in hilly terrain, this brake switch, engine brake switch or exhaust brake switch is required. In down terrain, in hilly area like Sikkim, in Arunachal Pradesh, in Assam, there's a lot of a hilly terrain is there. So in hilly terrain, during that downward portion, vehicle, what happened if you move on in a downward, your gear will be always in a third gear or second gear or first gear, because you cannot run vehicle on a. We have to run the vehicle on a very slow motion, means near about a 20 to 30 speed. That there is a meter. You can see light torch below. You can see this is an analog meter. You can see this is a speedometer. This one is the speedometer. You can see. Okay. So that meter, analog meter, should run up to 30 to 40. It will run 30 to 40. But what happened? That engine will. What happened that whatever the power generate, whatever the power or torque generated through engine to wheel, means ground touching wheel. So there is a construction is designed like that. Engine power generated by the engine giving to clutch plate, pressure plate, from clutch plate to pressure plate. That we call as a transmission section. We just power we transfer from engine to clutch system. From clutch system, it go to propeller shaft. Through propeller shaft, it goes to the differential unit. Through differential unit, there is an extension part we call as the axle shaft. Through axle shaft, that power drive is given to the wheel. But why we require exhaust brake? Why we require this exhaust brake? Reason exhaust brake. This symbol you just clearly you check it, that exhaust brake switch. You have to check it. That exhaust brake switch symbol is like that. This is the exhaust brake symbol. That exhaust brake is required because in a down terrain, what happens? Whatever the power generated from engine to wheel, what happens in down terrain, we no need of any engine power. The wheel itself intends to rotate. So means we'll try to produce back. So what happened? No, whatever the power generated from engine to wheel, what happened in a down terrain, that will try to restrict the engine power. So in that classes, what happened? No, so engine can damage. For that reason, engine can damage. So what happened to protect that? The engine should not be damaged on down terrain. So that's why the exhaust brake is given. In during that down terrain, we have to just switch on. Just you have to push. That indication is just see. In illumination light is given. That exhaust brake is operating. Just you have to push that engine brake, and whenever you apply the foot brake, whenever you apply the foot brake, that connection is given towards the foot brake. Okay, that connection is given. There is a switch is given, electronic switch, the solenoid switch. We call as a solenoid switch. One switch is given towards the foot brake. That foot brake, no, inside that lever, in foot brake inside that lever, one solenoid switch is given. Through that solenoid switch, whenever we apply brake, no, foot brake, whenever we apply that foot brake, it will operate as a service brake, because in down terrain always we require a foot brake. We have to rely on foot brake, but we have to protect engine also, because our wheel just restriction the engine power, means itself wheel is moving. Okay, so in down terrain, it's not required in a plain area in a upward direction, only required in down terrain. Okay, now you can see that lot of a cluster meter indication. This we have some display unit like mobile. We have in mobile we have a display unit. No? We have a center. We have given a display unit where you can see where you can see the kilometer, how much the average speed was, what is the trip. We have given some switches also. This is a switches button. 4 button was given to identify. You can select. Okay. So whatever the error code means, in previous time we have to always rely on the mechanic, means engineer, mechanic, workshop team. We have to rely on the vehicle performance. We have to rely on mechanic itself. But nowadays, every customer can identify, can know about his vehicle health also through this meter, through this display. Whatever the vehicle respond or whatever the vehicle react, the symptom. So if any vehicle, if this vehicle, particularly this vehicle has any problem in system, they will show their one error code in this display unit. On that error code, we can identify actually what type of a complaint or what type of a problem vehicle has occurred. So we can identify. So accordingly, we can say that nowadays in the BS6, not in a BS6, is a digital world. That's why vehicle also has given some digital means glitch with complete information. If any problem comes in vehicle, this digital will show you. This digital meter will show you everything. you see this symbol. There is a lot of symbol. Just gear neutral है ना? हम्म, हाँ. चेक ले मारा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? You can see that one yellow color type check is coming. This yellow color on and off. Just to monitor. This is called as a check lamp. If this check lamp after vehicle start, this check lamp if continue means it's showing that the vehicle has some problem. There is some symptom is there. Vehicle will run, no issue. Vehicle will run. Vehicle will operate. Nothing will happen. But the vehicle, whatever the motion vehicle has to run, it will not operate as a fully 100%. So according to that symbol, we have to identify. After starting, that symbol should not come. No, no. Yeah, this one. This is the battery symbol. You can see the battery structure. This one. This one. This one is a battery symbol. It will show that your battery performance. After vehicle start, this should not be light on. If it is light on means your battery condition is not good. That it will tell everything. This digital cluster meter will tell you everything about your performance. Means vehicle performance, vehicle health condition. This digital meter will tell you everything. चलो इसको HCV में थोड़ा दिखा देते हैं थोड़ा सा. Let me show you some heavy commercial vehicles. There is a little bit difference in heavy commercial. Some concept is different. Yeah. I have shown you this vehicle. This is a heavy commercial vehicle. You can see this is a heavy commercial vehicle. I have told you ATS unit. ATS unit after treatment system. This is called the after treatment system. This part is called the after treatment system. From exhaust system, this model. There is a cargo body, but it to the help of tipping cylinder, we call as a dumper. Someone is calling as a tipping tipper, TIPPER tipper, because the load body got tip up. No, that's why you call as a tipper. Someone is calling dumper. There is a lot of name. Okay, tipper, dumper. I'm just show you the engine structure of this vehicle. Okay, in every engine, if you see in Mahindra, engine is little bit different as comparatively with other vehicles. Now you can see for tipping cylinder, we have given some equipment for cabin lifting. I will show you some engine structure, engine design little bit, because you know very well about the firing order. The 6-cylinder, we just giving as a, in heavy commercial, we giving as a 6-cylinder engine. In 6-cylinder engine, suppose firing order, you know everything. लग गया? चलो 1 मिनट, इसको पकड़ो 1 मिनट, मैं चढ़ता हूँ ऊपर में। हाँ, this is the engine। मैं उठ जाता हूँ, रुको 1 मिनट, नहीं उसमें से उठना मुश्किल होगा। ओके okay, now you see that is, there is the engine part। Okay, what is the difference? Just I'm showing। अरे अच्छा कपड़ा नहीं है क्या सर? वेस्ट क्लोथ लाओ अच्छा वाला। ओके, basically in Tata, Leyland, Eicher, Volvo, any company in world, what happened no, in engine firing order start from the front side, always firing order start from front side, means from radiator. This is called radiator, this is the part of the radiator. There is a for cooling fan is given yellow color, you can see yellow color, there is a cooling fan. The front side is the radiator. In front of the radiator we have an intercooler, but firing order start from radiator side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Always firing order start from the first cylinder. But in Mahindra, there is specialty we calculate from back side, from the transmission side, not from the radiator side, means not from the vehicle front side. We start from the rear side. This in Mahindra, we calculate first firing order start from this side. First cylinder, second cylinder, third cylinder, fourth, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth cylinder. So that is the difference. In any vehicle in world, in Pan India, only Mahindra, this engine, firing order starts from the back, from the rear side, from the back side, not from the front side. Front side means we call it as a front side. Okay, so front side means radiator side, cabin side. In any competitor vehicle, start from the front side. Firing order start from the front side. This is the first cylinder. But in Mahindra, from the rear side we counting the first cylinder, second cylinder, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. This all are you can see this in BS6 vehicle, fully electronic. We call as a CRD. You have heard about the CRD engine, CRD, common rail, direct injection system. Okay, you have heard about that common rail. Wait. So you can see to run the vehicle now, there's lot of a component is required. Okay, not only engine is the main component, engine is the heart of the vehicle, but lot of a component is required. Like in front section, if you see, one is the engine section, second for cooling, for engine cooling, radiator is given for cooling system. Okay, yeah, for cooling that engine, no, like in our body, in human body also, for heart require what? Proteins required, then after blood required, no, to run the heart. Same thing to run the engine also, we require the engine oil. Then after for cooling system, we need a cooling agent is required. Lot of components is required. Like this one is the radiator, second one is the fan, is the cooling system part. For run the vehicle for maneuver, we need some steering system. This one is the steering gearbox. आप देखाओ नीचे. This one is the steering gearbox. Okay, for that steering gearbox, to run the steering gearbox, we need some oil. So this is the oil reservoir for steering. For this, to run the steering gearbox for smooth operation, we require as a steering gearbox. For operation, we need a steering oil reservoir. This is the steering oil reservoir. Okay, so the second one, for brake system, you have heard about brake system operate in two types. One is hydraulic, one is air pneumatic system. In heavy commercial above 3-ton vehicle, Normally, what happens above 7-ton vehicle, as per the government norms, we as per the government norms above 7-ton, we must give air brake system. Means pneumatic brake system. Okay, for below 7-ton, optional is there. That OEM can produce air brake system also. But basically they are giving hydraulic brake system. Okay, hydraulic brake means oil brake. Someone is saying as oil brake, but technically it is called as a hydraulic brake system. Okay, but in below 7-ton. Okay, so this is just I'm showing this product. This product is 35-ton vehicle. So obviously it will be as an air brake assisted. So to run the air, how to produce air? Vehicle cannot produce air, no? So we require some kind of a compressor to produce some air so that air can operate brake. So to produce air, we require some compressor. So this one is the compressor. This part we call as a compressor. This part is the compressor. This part is the compressor. The compressor produce air. Okay. To run this compressor, we install this compressor with engine. If engine start, the continue compressor also running along with engine. So means continue air is developing. Means continue air develop means you have a stock point. You need some stock point. We cannot rely on that directly air compressor can operate and brake can be operated. No, sorry. So for that reason, we require some store well to stock air. So there is a given as a tank given. I will show you tank. There is a lot of a tank is given different because air assisted vehicle, no. So we need some tank. 30-liter tank is there. Main storage tank is there. That is 30-liter storage tank is there. After that, front brake, rear brake. So to operate front and rear brake, separate tank is given 20-liter, 20-liter. 2 tank additional given for front brake and for rear brake. Okay, clutch. After that, you can see this turbocharger. This is a turbocharger. This part is called as a turbocharger. This part is a turbocharger. You can see this part is a turbocharger. Just towards exhaust side. Okay. Now I will show you. आ सकता है? टूटेगा तो नहीं ना? हाँ? नहीं टूटेगा ना? टूट गया तो मत बोलना भाई लोग. इधर देखो. Okay, this part is easier. What I have told you is easier. This is the additional part which was installed. This is the easier part. What I have told you that in competitor only ATS system is given, but in Mahindra additional easier valve is given for more efficient. Okay, this is the easier part for easier operate through exhaust gas. That's why to cool that easier, we given as the easier cooler also. This one is called easier cooler. This part is the easier cooler from coolant. It's cooling. Okay, this one is the alternator. We in locals we call as a dynamo. This is the called alternator to charge the battery. Okay, then bottom side, just showing that bottom side. The HP pump ko dekha. These actually we call as a HP pump, CRD pump. We call as a CRD pump. Okay, CRD pump. CRD means common rail diesel injection system. So common rail, which one is called common rail? Just show him. And this one is a common rail, where 1600 bar pressure developed in common rail itself. 1600 bar. In previously in fuel system, there is a governor is there. Nowadays, there is no governor. But governor is required. Without governor, we cannot operate vehicle because acceleration required for vehicle. Suppose you are running vehicle on 20 speed, suddenly you require a 30 speed, 40 speed, 100 speed, 120 speed. Definitely you need some governor. But in previous time in BS3, BS2, that time the mechanical pump is there. In HP pump, high pressure pump, mechanical pump is there. Along with mechanical pump, there is a governor. Governor was installed. But in CRD, there is no governor. We cannot. We are not saying governor. We are saying as a inlet metering valve, IMV. Inlet metering inlet, IMV. Just show him. In pump itself, there is a small solenoid kind of a switch is given. It's operated by electrical. It's operating through electrical. Okay. That IMV, inlet metering valve. This was installed in HP pump. In high pressure pump itself, it is installed. It's a small kind of a solenoid switch. We call as a governor also, because governor function is what governor function work as like a we call as a component just according to the customer demand, means driver demand, acceleration demand. You have seen now CRD. Now you understand the everybody is looking after the vehicle. The CRD vehicle. They are just means know about the CRD, but practically CRD means common rail. Common rail. We call as this common rail, fluid type. This is a common rail. Okay, this pipe, the pipe type, no, the structure type. This is called a common rail. This one a HP pump. In HP pump, there is a inlet metering valve. In previously, there is a governor, but nowadays it's called as a IMV valve that operate according to the driver demand acceleration. Okay. Now, specialty of Mahindra engine. You will see in Tata vehicle, Bharat Benz, Leyland, Ashok Leyland, there is a single head concept. But in Mahindra, all head are separate. All head are separate. You can dismantle all head separately. This all are head. Engine head. Head means engine head. Cylinder. This is a cylinder head. Okay. After engine, I've told you that after engine start, engine produce some power. Okay. From that engine, it transmits to इधर रखो transmission उधर से चले जाओ. This is the transmission part. From engine, there is a transmission part in closed loop. Inside that, there is a clutch plate is there, pressure plate is there, and flywheel is there. The three component is the transmission part. Means transmission we call as a transmission gear. Why we call as a transmission gear? Because engine power has to go up to wheel. When power will go to the wheel, then after vehicle can move. No, so the medium is that transmission. हाथ से दिखाओ transmission को, transmission section को हाथ से दिखाओ. There is a transmission section. Inside that transmission section, there is given a clutch plate, pressure plate, and flywheel. The three part is there. One release bearing is there. Four component is there. One is flywheel. Second one is clutch plate. Afterward, pressure plate. Then afterward, there is a release bearing. There three component. The three component comes. Okay. Afterward, that transmission to gearbox. Which one is the gearbox? Gearbox section. हाथ से दिखाओ gearbox को. This part is called the gearbox. After engine, there is a transmission system. After transmission, there is a gearbox where driver can select from first gear to up to 9 gear or 10 gear. Whatever the company is giving. Okay. Every company has some criteria. In Volvo truck, in Scania truck, there is a 12 gear. we are giving as a 9-speed gearbox. Means 9-speed gearbox means forward 9 gear, 1 reverse gear. Total gear is 10 gear. So we never count reverse gear. We always count front gear. Forward gear means always we count as a forward gear. Reverse gear is always will be there. So we cannot count. In gearbox terminology, we never count reverse gear. If you see in Volvo truck or Scania truck, there is a 12 gear. 12 gear means forward gear will be the 12 gear, then 1 gear will be the additional, that is called reverse gear. Means total is 13 gear actually. But we never call as a 13 gear gearbox. We call as a 12 gear gearbox. So we call as a 9-speed gearbox, 12-speed gearbox, 10-speed gearbox. Means we call as a 9-speed gearbox because we have a 9 forward gear, 1 reverse gear. We call as a 9-speed gearbox. Okay. From gearbox, we transmit power to propeller shaft. So the propeller shaft दिखाओ. Propeller shaft को दिखाओ. This one is called a propeller shaft. From transmission, this propeller थोड़ा ऊपर से दिखाओ ना, clearly दिखाओ, समझ में आएगा. थोड़ा अच्छे से दिखाओ. हाँ. This one is called the propeller shaft. That propeller shaft from engine to transmission means transmission, clutch plate, pressure plate, flywheel. From there, power transmit to gearbox according to the driver selection, first gear, second gear, third gear, whatever the selection will be there. That power will transmit to propeller shaft. This is a long tube. If you see the long tube, okay, this tube is called as a propeller shaft. From propeller shaft, if vehicle is long, suppose if vehicle is longer wheelbase vehicle, that time you will require propeller shaft. That means normally 2 or 3 propeller shaft will be there. Single propeller shaft cannot be used because of due to durability issue. So we giving as a 2-3 means cut off type propeller shaft. If it is a shorter wheelbase type vehicle, then the single propeller shaft can operate. Okay. That after power transmission to propeller shaft, it goes to directly to पीछे आ जाओ. उस तरफ जाओ. तुम उस तरफ से जाकर देखो. ऊपर से आओ. हाँ, ऊपर से देखो. From propeller shaft, you see that propeller shaft join with the differential unit. This part is called the differential unit. Okay. That differential unit will transfer power to the axle. Axle means axle दिखाओ. This part is called the axle. इधर दिखाओ. This part is called axle tube. In axle tube, inside the axle tube, there is a axle shaft is there. That axle shaft, you can see from outside also. नीचे आ जाओ. इधर देखो. That axle shaft, from that differential unit, that axle shaft, this is the axle shaft. This part is the axle shaft. If you open this 10 bolt, no, you will see the axle shaft. This axle shaft will, what happened? This axle shaft will rotate this tire. After this tire rotation, vehicle will move forward or reverse. Okay, this is the aggregate concept. Means from engine to transmission to gearbox to propeller shaft to differential to this final drive axle shaft. This is called the axle shaft. This place सामने आओ. This इधर से दिखाओ, साइड से दिखाओ. This part, this only. This part. This part is the axle shaft. After this, it is the final drive. From here, wheel will rotate in a reverse direction or on a forward direction. Okay. Then afterward, in aggregate, there is a one is a suspension part. देखो. Suspension, yeah. This is the suspension part. Leaf spring. We have a rear suspension, front suspension. Okay. In front side also suspension is there. This is the front suspension. We have a 2 types. It's called as a parabolic suspension. But for assistant, we given as a telescopic boom type. Okay, this is a telescopic boom type. We have got a shock absorber for assistant, for driver comfort. Okay, because in front there is a cabin is there, so driver has to be comfort while doing driving. That's why we giving as a parabolic suspension. This leaf spring is a parabolic suspension, and this one is a tube type. Okay, tube type shock absorber is given for smooth operation for the driver comfort. Okay, this is a tire. Okay, we as in heavy commercial there is a two type of tire size is given. One tire is 1020, another is 1120. Okay, you will see that in here also it's given 11 R20. R means 11 means is the size of the tire. 20 means dia. Dia means wheel rim dia. This is called the wheel rim. This part is called wheel rim. Is a this wheel rim dia. This complete dia means tire inner dia. Tire inner dia. You can say as a tire inner dia. R20 means tire inner dia. Inner dia we call it as a radius. R means radius. 20 is the radius. So this dia is around 40 mm. Okay, that R20 means is a dia. It's given as a wheel rim. This wheel rim dia, or you can say as a tire inner dia. Okay, 11 is the इसको बैटरी को खोलो एक बार बैटरी कवर खोलो इसमें एक मैजिक आई को दिखा देता है मैजिक आई को दिखा दो बहुत को पता नहीं I will show you some battery storage battery. You have seen lot of a battery, but you have never checked any battery means what you say as a technical in a technical terms. Okay, not required that means battery required on only in vehicles. Not that in every household there is an inverter also is there. Inverter required battery. Okay, so you can check here at your home also itself. Not require any mechanic or technician. Okay. For life of the battery, no, you can check in your vehicle or in your household inverter also. You see, कपड़ा लाओ. ठीक है उसको साफ करो पहले साफ कर दो ठीक है बस ठीक है हो जाएगा so you see this is called the battery storage battery we call it as a storage battery not only is required in a vehicle it's also in every household nowadays battery is installed in their house in inverter also require a battery okay so to know that battery actual battery condition you can physically you can check this is called a valve this is a cell this is a cell is a 12-volt battery is a single battery is a 12-volt battery that's why there is a 6 cell is given to just check there is a battery company has given some magic eye we call as a magic eye in every battery there is a magic eye section is given we call it a magic eye you see this is a magic eye this is a magic eye if you can see or not I don't know but you can check लाइट देना जरा थोड़ा लाइट डालो तो नजर आएगा अच्छा इसमें आएगा इसमें लाइट डालो थोड़ा ऊपर से डालो you can see this you have seen no this is called the magic eye see some red valve is some green color valve is there तुम लाइट यहाँ लगाओ भाई यहाँ ध्यान दो उधर ध्यान मत दो you have seen no this green color valve is inside that magic eye we call as the magic eye that green means what specification is given on the battery you see green means battery is okay condition if you see white color valve inside this magic eye that is magic eye you see green color valve is there if you see white color means what is the meaning of white color means need charging battery need charging a battery has to be charged then if you see instead of green if you see red color means battery is totally dead you need servicing. Means battery need also servicing. Means acid plus distilled water mixture you needed, and again you have to charge the battery. Means battery condition can you can check. In older days, there is no such kind of a option is given in battery to check battery condition. Nowadays, if you see any company battery, Exide, Amron, there's a lot of a company batteries there. They are given as a magic eye. We call as a magic eye. It's the indication level or the battery health condition. Okay, so this we call as a magic eye in battery. You have seen, no? You check it, the green one. Okay. So now let me see. Uh, I will show you some equipment where the dealer team is doing his job. No, so this is called as a uh, inspection table. We call as a inspection table. Okay, where they just put up all any component if fail. No, they will install and check the. Okay, this tools. If you see these tools and equipment, this is used for the any such heavy item like volumetric item has to be dismantled from vehicle. So this trolley is using for that, especially for diesel tank dismantling or whatever. No, it's a very easy process. You can up and down, you can move and this one you have seen in a maximum workshop. You have seen this wheel type. This one is for specially designed for gearbox dismantling from vehicle for easy process. Okay, and this is the tools. This is tools a differential unit equipment. We have to for dismantling and assembling after installing. No, this equipment is using for differential unit. This one you see. This one is the engine dismantling and installing. Just you can operate करके दिखा दो एक बार. You see how they are operating. You see. Means easily you can do the work. Whatever, anytime engine fail, no, for engine assembling and dismantling, you can check. Okay, for any position, if you want to check, or if is a actually this equipment is built to okay. You can say that retrofitment. What do you have heard about the retro? I don't think so. You have heard about the retro. Retro means nothing but every company is producing vehicle. No? After producing the vehicle, some glitch or some problem may arise. Some small kind of a problem may arise. Customer complaint will come that is a repeating complaint. It is not suitable. So company what they are doing, no, they are doing the free of cost. They are just with aggregate modification, aggregate means upgradation of metallurgic or what design section. But after that, no, company is giving the retro. Retro means nothing but is a upgrading. Okay, just we as a bulletin, we the company has releasing some service bulletin like that. You see, okay, such kind of a bulletin is there that every technician, every come and just check that bulletin and can understand that what how much means upgradation was ongoing on what means quality was changed from past to present. So everything is circulated there. Okay. Okay, Raj sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Very nice presentation. I would like to thank our Cheniram sir as well as Devasis also for wonderful presentation, for giving time. So much nice presentation as well as the so much well decoration and well representation of this total workshop. And I hope that all the students of our college and our department is very much enlightened for this valuable knowledge. And I must ask any of our student if they have any question. Any student, any question, please? Hello. Anybody, please? Any question to Cheniram sir? Otherwise, we will conclude our session. Anybody, anything else? Okay. I think they don't have any question right now. Sir, I would like to ask one thing.
sure.
Very nice presentation, first of all, and thank you once again. And I would like to ask one thing on behalf of the students. This is very much popular question, and very common question they may ask me also after this
Yes.
session. How can they join in at Mahindra as a mechanical or electrical engineer? Any scope? They may ask.
Yeah, there is a scope is there, sir. Obviously, there is a
Yes.
campusing. Campusing. Yes, you know very well about that. And afterwards,
Yes, sir.
one option is also is there. You can say that there is a website is there.
Yes.
Opening. If there is any kind of opening now, they can post their resume also on that.
Yes, yes.
And there is a lot of because
Another
it's not that I have told you that in Mahindra there is a lot of vertical is there. So any vertical that according to their qualification, according to their experience, means the company will just appoint them. It's not a,
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Another thing is that one question is that from our student, he's writing at the chat box that can we see the gear of wheel? Snehasi Sasmol.
excuse me, sir.
He's asking at the chat box that can we see the gear of wheel?
Gear of wheel. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Gearbox.
Yes,
दिखाना है वो?
yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a good one. हाँ. इसको वीडियो पीछे करो. पीछे कैसे जा रहा था? उसको पीछे जा रहा था ना? हाँ, उधर ही जाना है. लग रहा है. You can see this, sir. I have told you about that 9-speed gearbox. No? This is a part of the 9-speed gearbox. In 9-speed gearbox, there is a housing. Is there a 3-section housing is there? This is the 3-section housing. If you see, it's 1, 2, 3. This section, the 3-section of the housing, there is like that. निकालो एक बार, निकाल के दिखा दो एक बार. नीचे रख दो बस हो जाएगा. This is the main shaft. Or for 9-speed, no. If you see 6-speed gearbox is a straight gearbox, is a simple gearbox. थोड़ा सा help करो, पकड़ो उसको. This is the counter shaft. Normally we see as a counter shaft, no. This is a counter shaft. This is the planetary gearbox. Planetary निकालो. This is the planetary part. This planetary or this part. इसको यहाँ नीचे रखो. इसको यहाँ नीचे रखो. Okay. If you see this structure wise, there is a planetary gear is there. This gear 9-speed. What happened? No, you cannot make the gearbox so much bigger size because we have to make gearbox compact also. So our vehicle is a 9-speed gearbox. For 9-speed gearbox, we have to make gearbox to means bigger size. So to compact that size, no, what technology is build up? There is a planetary gear is given. So in one gear itself, you can use the two type of gear. Means I have told you that multi mode for engine also. Same concept is given. Means gearbox also is given. The planetary gear is given. This planetary gear will help for converting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, first gear and fifth gear can operate both way. In single gear, first and fifth gear can operate. Second and sixth, then third and seventh, fourth and eighth, fifth, ninth. Like that, that single gear can operate two type of gear. So automatically the construction of the gearbox is become little bit smaller. Otherwise, what happened? No, gearbox will be little bit means in a bigger size. 6 feet. If you see the 6 feet gearbox, it's a simple 6 feet gearbox. If you see, this is a 6 feet gearbox. This is a small one. It is simple. There is a counter shaft. In between that is that in between is the is a counter shaft. There is a main shaft. So what happened? There is a small construction. For 6 feet is sufficient for small construction. For 9 feet, what happened? The gearbox has to be to build the 9 feet. No gearbox, it will become the little bit means bigger size. So to compact that gearbox, we install in between that the planetary gear, so that the one gear can operate means in both ways. The first and fifth means high and low. We call it as a high and low gear. In low gear, we operate as a first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, sixth, seven, eight become as a high gear. In Volvo, like in Volvo buses, we know every the 12-speed gearbox. But there also is a low gear and high gear. 1 to 6 gear is a low gear, then 7 to 12 gear is the high gear. In single gear, the two way they can operate. Same thing in 9-speed gearbox also. We have a means 5 gear is a what you call as a 5 gear is a low gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9 is a high gear. So in a single gear, you can operate in a boat. Okay, Ras sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Actually, it is very much practical knowledge they are getting, as because they have studied all the things in their theoretical paper. Okay, na? In IC engine, around, and in automobile engineering also. Right now, they are seeing the thing in practically. So it is very much useful for them, as well as for mechanical, as well as for electrical also, as because we are taking thermal power classes also. For them, their IC engine part also there. And for mechanical, it is very much core. We all know that I think gearbox, automobile sector, automobile parts, all are there. Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation and for your nice elaboration or description. On behalf of our college, on behalf of our department, on behalf of Institution Innovation Council, we have small token of appreciation for you, sir, for your well presentation, wonderful presentation. Please wait for that, sir. Please wait for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Devasis also. Thank you, Devasis also. Very well presentation, very nice. Thank you, Devasis, for this wonderful arrangement for our student.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, if any question is not there, so that we can leave.
Yes, sir. We are leaving. Devasis, just wait for a few minutes. We are sharing the memento for our Cheniram sir.
ये तो प्लेस हो जाए नाला गेट क्या লিফলেটটো ভালকে থৈ দিবা এতিয়া তাতে লিফলেটটো থৈ দিবা
And I will request Devashish also to, if he is coming Calcutta, please visit with Cheniram sir in our college also.
definitely sir
Definitely, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Rajoshi sir, please share the screen.
Yes, madam. Okay, please. So this is a small token of appreciation for you, sir, from our side, a digital memento. From
Thanks a
our
lot,
college,
sir.
Getty
Thanks a
College
lot,
of
sir.
Engineering Management. Yes, sir. We will mail you very
thanks a
soon.
lot sir thank you sir thanks a lot sir
Thank you, sir, to you also and Devashish also.
Thank you,
So
sir.
for today, we are ending our session. Everybody,
sure sir
thank you for joining with us. And thank you, Devashish and Cheniram, sir. Once again, thank you, sir.
Okay.
We are ending our session.
thank you
Okay.
okay thank you sir thanks a lot sir best
Thank
of
you,
luck
sir.
for all the students best
Yes,
of
sir.
luck for all the students for the future endeavor hope that they will get means whatever their query is there. No, first query that the most important query means the student has maximum student has asked and someone has sighing also. But it is the fact that after studying, what is the future and that opportunity will come or not, in which industry they will get the opportunity. That is the basic question. Every student mindset. Hope that every student should get the better job and good job in a good organization and they can serve for the country. They can serve for their means they can means good time for their colleges. And thank you, sir, Rajesh sir, for your kind appreciation.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. To you, sir.
Thank
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Devashish, this number is for Cheniram, sir, na? Okay.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
sure, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you for sharing your number.
Okay, okay. Thanks, sir. Sir. Bye, bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, we are ending.